Free speech is over in the US. What? It's bad. It's bad. They talking about bloodbaths. They talking about a purge. The National Guard deployed in cities like DC, Memphis, LA. The school shootings. This ain't nothing new. But I have to say, get out and get out now. Welcome to BLAXIT to Africa. I'm Tadre Delora Mournier, a California native living my best life in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for coming along for the ride. I hope that you are informed, entertained, and inspired to BLAXIT to Africa. I don't know if I'm living my best life because I'm worried about y'all. I'm concerned. And I do not want to build a platform off of fear-mongering, but I have to say, get out and get out now. Yeah. Not fear-mongering, not spreading hate or fear, anxiety, but come on, y'all. The news that is coming out about the United States, what I'm getting here in Kenya is very concerning. I will say that. At the top of the year, I had a conversation with my dad about politics in the US. And he said something to the effect of, we know what this is, meaning him and his partner. My dad was born in 1950, so he's in his early 70s. And he lived through Jim Crow. I think he was a teenager. Yeah, he was a teenager, I guess 15, when Jim Crow was abolished. That is American apartheid, legally abolished. So my dad said, he was like, we know what this is. This is what we lived through as children, as teenagers. And I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? You talking about Jim Crow? And he said, yes, absolutely. That's what's coming. Now, I'm sitting in the bed, I'm talking to my dad, and I'm like, surely he's over-exaggerating. Jim Crow? American apartheid? Legalized? No. Here we are, August 2025, and the majority of Project 2025 has been activated. And I'm not saying that you need to give up on the United States altogether. What I'm saying is that I want you to have a safe space, someplace that you can go when shit just gets too goddamn hot. Do you understand what I'm saying? I live in Kenya, so I'm going to promote Kenya. I live in Nairobi. I'm going to promote Nairobi. I'm in Africa. I am going to promote Africa. Africa, Kenya, Nairobi may not be for you for varying reasons, but at least have some place to go when the shit hits the fan. And it already has. But human beings were such adaptable creatures that even as the shit just starts to pile up, we adapt, and our world gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Africans that are listening, I have a very large Kenyan following. Don't realize sometimes that we are only 13% of the population, and we are primarily in urban areas. And even within those urban centers, we're in certain neighborhoods within those urban centers. And so our world, in fact, is actually very small. And we move around people that are progressive, those of us that live in the so-called wealthy coastal cities. We move around people that are progressive, forward thinking, and we forget about the rest of the country, the politics and demographic makeup of the rest of the country. But we're reminded every election cycle. So I imagine right now that if you're in the US and you are not white, your world has shrunk even more for protection and for safety. Sorry, not sorry. I wanted to pop in here really quickly to remind you that I offer BLAXIT to Africa consultation services. I have partnered with Kenyan businesses to provide the services and information that you need. I also provide a spreadsheet full of live links and actual contacts of people that you can call for anything from immigration to bringing your pets with you when you come to Kenya. Additionally, I also provide a task list, just a gentle checklist to keep you on point as you go along your BLAXIT to Africa journey. Let's make your BLAXIT to Africa a success. I stopped watching the news, listening to the news. It's been over 10 years. I can't even tell you how long it's been because my mental health was declining as someone who literally chose a career, international human rights, thinking I would be helping people. I was very much affected by the news, and it was advised to me, take a break for 7 days, see how you feel. 7 days, now we're like at 10 years plus. So I don't intentionally watch the news, but I follow people on socials who are politicos, who are activists. So I get these sound bites. It's very alarming. And I'll go to my dad and I say, is this real? Like, is this real news? Is this really happening? Usually he'll say, nah, that's fake news. That's not happening. I haven't experienced this. Hey, but lately he's like, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And that is indeed happening. And now he'll send me little texts. Free speech is over in the US. What? Those of us who were raised on the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We did this every morning at the start of school as children. I don't think the kids are still doing this today. But what's really going on? Charlie Kirk was murdered. And Charlie Kirk was a conservative, we'll just call him a conservative activist. We'll just leave it at that. So what the US government is saying is that if you celebrate Charlie Kirk's death, they're going to start revoking people's visas, American visas. I've even seen through different podcasters that there's talks of revoking people's passports and driver's licenses. I haven't been able to find that anywhere online, like in the news, but I'm hearing that from different podcasters. What I am able to find is the revoking of visas for foreign nationals and others who are celebrating this man's death. What else has been happening as of late? Since February 2025, Black American women, not just Black American women, Black women in the United States have lost their jobs. 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs in the United States. This is a report that's based on August 2025 numbers. The National Guard deployed in cities like DC, Memphis, LA, Chicago, NOLA, New Orleans, all these cities that have Black mayors.
Why does Trump keep sending troops into Black cities? His new targets are New Orleans and Memphis.
We're going to Memphis.
That's the next city.
Deeply troubled. And the mayor is happy. He's a Democrat mayor.
Once again, Trump is lying. Here's what Mayor Paul Young actually said.
I want to be clear. I did not ask for the National Guard, and I don't think it's the way to drive down crime.
They're talking about sending the National Guard, saying that it's to curtail crime. The overall Black unemployment rate is up. Since it's the highest that it's been since the pandemic at 7.5%, double the white unemployment rate, which is 3.7%. White South Africans have been immigrated. What's the word I'm looking for? Trump has said that white South Africans, Afrikaners, are suffering racial discrimination, have been targeted. So now they've been brought into the U.S. to replace Black and brown people. ICE. For those who don't know, ICE is the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, deporting people without merit, without warrants from the United States. Not to mention the pissing off of our neighbors. We've been pissing off Mexico, but Canada pissing off our trade partners. So what that's doing for the average person living in America, it's affecting your daily life. At best, you're inconvenienced. What? And then the school shootings. This ain't nothing new. Mass school shootings. The numbers vary depending upon who's reporting and how they're reporting it. But the highest numbers that I've seen, 146 school shootings. And it's not just the news. I'm meeting people who are newly arrived to Kenya from the States, clients and others who are just like, it's bad. It's bad. They talking about bloodbaths. They talking about a purge. Again, I don't want to fearmonger. I do not want to do that.
We're inviting 200 plus descendants of Africa to join us in Kenya this December 2025, January 2026, for a historic gathering of cultural reconnection and economic collaboration. Hosted by Traverse Culture, the Journey Back to Eden Initiative, 2025 to 2028, strengthens ties between Kenya and its diaspora through cultural exchange, investment opportunities, and tourism promotion. This transformative end-of-year celebration will feature renowned speakers, dignitaries, and experts leading immersive cultural experiences and creating groundbreaking relationship-building opportunities. This is more than a trip. It is a movement to reconnect, invest, and celebrate. Will you answer the call?
It's scary and it's concerning, and I want you to be safe. For those who are new here, let me just remind you or refresh your recollection. This platform is designed to encourage people of African descent to return to the motherland, whether you're someone like myself that's been separated for centuries, or you're someone who's constantly born and you're making your coin in the global north. Come home, bring your resources home. This is another thing I'm concerned about. Protecting your assets and your resources when you decide, yo, I'm going to Costa Rica, I'm going to Portugal, I'm going to Colombia, Brazil, France, wherever it is that you decide that you will be safe. I'm seeing that people are having difficulty selling their homes. I'm not a financial expert, but I've been told by people within that field that you need to figure out where to put your money outside of the U.S. to where it's been safe, to where it will be safe, to where you will have access to it. And as I stated before, I'm always going to rep Africa, though it may not be for you. Pick a place. Some people are saying my parents are aging. I don't want to be too far away. A 24-hour flight is too far away. I feel you. Look to the Caribbean. Look to Canada, if you don't mind the cold. Look to Mexico. That's close enough. Colombia, DR, people seem to love it. Brazil. Look elsewhere. And I'm not saying that you have to live in your new home 24/7. Maybe it's a vacation home. Maybe it's an emergency home. Just, y'all, just be prepared. That's what I want to say. Just be prepared to bounce. And it may be difficult for you to fathom right now because you've been living under such a high level of stress continuously since your inception. But I promise you, no matter the hurdles, no matter the cultural shock that you will experience once you leave the U.S., I promise you your stress levels will go down. I promise you that once you leave, you will be able to breathe. You will be able to exhale. And maybe your first stop might not be your forever stop, but it'll be a beginning. There are so many other things that are happening in the U.S. that I'm not aware of. So many things that have been happening since the top of the year and beyond. I'm not going to go through them all because I'm pretty sure that you're more abreast of what's happening in the U.S. than I am. But what I will say is get out while you can. And if you need assistance with that, I'm here. There'll be links in the description. You can reach out to me. You can book a consultation. If you don't want to pay for a consultation, just scour through my previous episodes so that you can get a better understanding of what life is like in Kenya, in Africa. There's so many YouTubers that are vlogging, that are sharing their daily lives with you, who are Kenyan and otherwise. Just pick a place. Pick a place and start watching videos about that place. And then book a flight. Thank you for joining me on this episode of BLAXIT to Africa. If you like what you heard, please share, subscribe, leave a comment. May you thrive. May you be inspired. May you move with love and intentions. Until next time.